Girl.
Okay.
Oh. I'm intrigued.
Do it now.
What's all this then?
I thought there was no talking.
Well, if you're gonna say the date, I don't have to show the date. Now I feel foolish. Do not adjust your volume.
My advice to you, start drinking heavily.
Well, hello, Mr. Fang. Why, didn't I get to sleep?
Two, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Monday Night Comedy Show. The Monday Night Comedy Show. You've chosen internet-based programming, and we are eternally grateful. By sound of applause, who's streaming in from home? Good. Good. There are a few things I'd like to tell you about. One, this is the 606th Monday Night Comedy Show. Wait, there's more. This being the 606th show, you would think that me, the host of said show, would remember the book club book or the bear that we kill at the beginning of every episode. You would be incorrect. I forgot these things. They're in my bedroom, and it would be weird to go and get them now. 2, we are co-broadcasting with the help of Nanotaco Studios in North Minneapolis. That's where you saw this wonderful logo. Nanotaco, located in North Minneapolis. We are going to be doing the show from Nanotaco Studios in North Minneapolis next week. So you're going to see myself, St. May, and if she's able to make it, and J Money the motherfucking Hawk in person. By in person, we mean online. And yeah, so there you go. And then the next inevitable phase is having performers perform from Nanotaco Studios, which would just be, as the kids say, tight. So there you go. And we are nothing but tight here at the Monday Night Comedy Show. Really nothing? That's cool. All right. All right. This show is rife with innuendo. And anyway, we have people commenting. Who do we have? We have Sherry giving us a little Mohawk potato, and she says me. Okay. Anyway, she started the comment ball rolling. But speaking of rolling balls, let's bring our first performer to the stage. Everyone start clapping. Everyone at home, tell your parents and tweet everything that you saw here tonight for Andrew Wageleitner.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. So my partner gets what I like to call tickle sad. That's where she tickles me, and then she gets sad because she didn't try to tickle me. She's like, I don't even know how to touch you. I'm like, don't get tickle sad. So the
That was awesome.
we've
Come and cut the giggles.
So we've the pandemic and the quarantine has forced us to sort of revert back to like traditional gender roles, where like me being the man, I would go out and hunt for Christmas presents, and she as the woman would stay home and host online trivia. I feel like Trump, like, he lies so extremely. It's like a kid with a fake ID that says he's like way older than 21. You know, it's like that's his alibi. Like, yeah, I won by 100,000 votes in Georgia. Why would I lie by that much? That would be crazy. Okay. And then the kid has like the ID that says he's way too old, or it could be a girl. Right? So there was that guy with, like, I was watching the news and I didn't really catch everything that happened, but my basic understanding is that there was a guy with a Viking helmet that like pooped on Nancy Pelosi's desk or something. I haven't seen a man dressed like a Viking take a shit like that since Kirk Cousins.
Huh.
All right. So we have like Pluto and Tubi and like all those like free movie apps. But they always like trick me into thinking that there's a good movie, but it's always like the Walgreens generic brand version of the movie. You know what I mean? It's like, do you want to watch Home by Myself or One Flew Over the Cuckoo Clock? Or oh wait, they have White Men Aren't Very Good at Ping Pong. That's a good one. I saw an ad for those like glow in the dark stars and planets and stuff that you put on the window on the ceiling in your bedroom, and it said, you ever wonder what it's like to be in a galaxy? Okay, so it was my first day back at work today, and there were these two older gentlemen that came in, and they're like, yeah, it's good to be back at your restaurant. We wish that you guys were open the whole time. It's too bad that you were shut down by Hitler. And I'm like, Hitler? What do you mean, Trump? They're like, no, Hitler walls. I'm like, that's fucking two last names. At least say Adolf Walls. I don't know. That just happened to me today. Like, it's just... I feel bad for those of you who don't have somebody sitting on the couch to make funny noises during the dead air. Let me tell you, that helps a lot. So, like, you can, there's this place that will put my work logo on your shirt for you. So you don't have to, like, buy the uniform. You can turn any shirt into the uniform by just putting the logo on it. So I was like, that's fucking awesome. I'll just take one of my shirts and do it, and it'll be, like, way cheaper. And I get there, and they're like, did you like wear this already? I'm like, yeah, but I washed it. They're like, you need to bring a new t-shirt. These ones smell like smoke. So we went to South Dakota, and I Googled like what to do in South Dakota, and all I could find was a list of what not to do in South Dakota. And the number one list of things to do not do in South Dakota: do not forget to visit the corn pallet. Double negative. Something with that though. Okay, you're just doing that for attention now. My dad used to accuse us of stealing his CDs, and it was the most ridiculous thing. It's like, yeah, no one stole your Righteous Brothers CD, Dad. Like, but the weird thing is he never accused us of stealing his booze, like not once. Like that would be something like it could have been any one of us that took your Captain Morgan, but I guarantee you nobody wants to listen to Gary Puckett in the Union Gap. Right, I think I'll end on that one. Thanks for having me on your show, everybody.
Thank you, Andrew Wegleitner! Everybody, that's Andrew Wegleitner! Woo! Thank you so much, Andrew, for being a part of tonight's show.
Thank
You're
you.
looking well. We haven't had you actually perform on the show since December. So, but in the meantime, we've heard you making the same comments while you're on the couch and Rebecca is performing. So, so turnabout is fair play. So, but thank you very much. One more time, Andrew Wegleitner, everybody. Excellent. Next up, we have a video featuring Wendy Mayberry. It is Dan Bublitz's podcast, The Art of Bombing. And this, once again, this next episode of the Art of Bombing podcast features Wendy Mayberry talking about a time when she bombed. And let's bring Rebecca and Cece. Hi, guys. We're going to watch a video, and then we're going to have Rebecca perform. So enjoy.
So hey there, all you funny jerks, come talk to Dan about your work. Tell him all about your worst times. It's the art of bombing.
The one that's really good, where I knew what I was doing and totally screwed up, was at the joke joint. And it was, do we name names? But anyway, it was, I was the MC. So, and then there was go ahead. We can name names.
Oh, just say you can name names if you want. That's
okay. So it was well anyway, I was emceeing and there was a feature and a headliner. And the headliner is someone who is very clean on stage, but very lifestyle wise, just a mess off stage. So if you watched him, it would be like it's like Bill Cosby, where you're like, oh, that's the most wholesome guy you've ever met. It's like, oh, he just secretly does shit. Like that guy, right? And so what the joke joint in Lilydale, God bless the joke joint. And the owner was talking with the church about letting the church rent out the comedy club on Sundays. And he didn't tell us that the 20 people in the middle of the audience were all the pastor, the deacons, the board of directors for a church that wanted to rent the building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I went on stage and told my joke about being a Jesus cougar, which now is a joke that works, about how my family, who's Southern Baptist, told me since I'm not married, I should consider being married to Jesus. And I'm like, that makes me a Jesus cougar, blah, blah, blah. And my pastor, by the way, laughed at that joke. Well, anyway, I told that joke and the entire middle of the audience was like, no. Just like, no. And I misread them. I thought they were anti-religion. Not that they were so religious that they were offended. Because in my mind, like, what you should be offended about? I thought they hated Jesus. I thought they were like Jewish or whatever. Oh, wow. I went the wrong direction. So then I doubled down and said, oh, you guys hate Jesus? Guess you can't handle Jesus humor? Got something. So I went just dug it in. Like, oh, guess you can't handle anything about God. And then I said, let's talk about my vagina then.
I can just about imagine their expression.
Then I accused them of being stuck up with their ass, of not liking Jesus, and then let's talk about chick parts. And this is back when I didn't really understand the concept of there's a way to talk about things so that everyone knows what you're talking about without you being super detailed. And so I was still in my super detailed mode of, oh, let me give it to you. And there's this, at the time, there's a trifecta of female ailments that you can have in that region. And I had all three occurring at the same time. And I remember I called my mom and I was like, oh my God, Mom, this is happening to me. And my mom said, that can't happen. Nobody ever talks about that. And I'm like, the reason why they never talk about it is it's horrific. Nobody talks about it because no one wants to think about it. And that's the conversation I had with my mother, but I still thought that would be a good idea to do on stage. So I got on stage and went into detail about the tragedy that was happening in my nether regions in front of 20 people from this super conservative church. So now we're deep. We're in the hole. We're like, everyone hates me. Like, not only have the people in the middle decided to hate me, but now the people around them have absorbed said hatred. And now the whole audience is like, dirty, just like hates me. So I get off stage. I suck. I literally suck. Like, it's just horrific. I get off stage. I high five the next dude. I'm like, good fucking luck. He gets on stage and he equally digs the hole deeper because now they hate me. And he talks about drugs and all kinds of other crap. So he's deeper. Now the whole audience is having the worst show of their life. Well, then in comes cokehead Christian boy. So he walks on stage and does his jokes that are all super clean. Now, literally, he's totally on drugs right now, but they don't know that because he's super clean, right? So what bothered me is after the show, they write these comments. Back at the Joke Joints Day, they used to have comment cards, and they wrote, Wendy Mayberry is a dirty girl. Like, she's a dirty, horrible person. And then the headliner, who's not a good person, what a shining citizen and what a beacon of light or whatever. And by that time, the owner or the manager, I think, had clued me in that was the church visiting. So I actually cornered because I can't let it go. I have to be right. I have something wrong in my brain. So I cornered the pastor on the porch of the joke joint and said, oh, I didn't realize you guys were here from a church. What religion are you? And he was like, Baptist. I'm like, oh, what kind of Baptist? And so my mom used to work at a seminary. And so I doubled down on, I Bible versed this dude on the front porch about how God created me and with a spirit of creativity. And I should be allowed to say, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let them walk away. I had to make them like me on the porch. It was the worst.
That's the Art of Bombing. Art of Bombing podcast from Dan Bublis. That was featuring our friend Wendy Mayberry. And you can check out the Art of Bombing on Facebook or on YouTube. You can do it all. Just go to artofbombing.com. Very good. St. May of the Underground, how has your week been?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, everything's going so smoothly in life.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay. Very good. I can pick up a small font of sarcasm from you, but if you want to expound,
I would never be.
Oh,
because life's great. Yeah. How are you? How's your things going? Are you doing okay?
Just when I don't think it can get any better, 2021. Yeah. Boy.
No.
Wow.
We're all doing great. I think that everything's going super smooth.
I think so too.
And we're all sleeping well, and I get to rest. Everything's going wonderfully. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel wonderful. I'm happy to be here with you.
Excellent. Well, we're happy you're here. And we're gonna well, as you know, our next performer is a comic in residence. It is her 6th of 8th week, so she's done 6 weeks of 5 new minutes of material just for this show. And as per usual, just even on a regular set, she knocks it out of the park every time. This is her very long-winded introduction. Everybody put your hands together for Rebecca Wilson.
Yay!
Longer. That was nothing. That was a little blurb. Thank you with your word editing and spicy. Yeah, I don't know. I said this doing an online comedy at the beginning of quarantine, but I just have to say it again now. Like, I'm so tired of living through eras, you know, like big moments of history. Like, I'm done. I'm cool. Like, let's just coast for the rest of my life. They're just like with the little storming of the Capitol thing, all that was going on, breaking news, and I had to lead a virtual trivia game. And there's nothing more dumb than a bunch of like domestic terrorists storming the Capitol. And I'd be like, okay, guys, so which one of these celebrities wasn't one of the Mouseketeers? All right, have fun! It was the dumbest thing of my life. And at one point, because I'm still a comedian, I'm being a host, but I'm a comedian at heart. And I'm just like, I can't even tell that you guys are checking your phones for the news. And one person goes, I even forgot about it. I was like, keep forgetting. The clown is here. The clown dance. I did all of this.
Yes.
I did all this.
Yes.
Company. And I think they had a good time, but it's dumb. Like, I feel like I can't have kids for the sheer fact that I can't tell them that I was doing that. Like, I just can't tell. Like, I can't have kids because I can't tell my kids what I was doing, like, during certain moments of history. It just, like, won't go well. I don't know. But I don't know if anyone's a teacher that's watching, but I'm just curious. Like, is there virtual detention? Like, and I want in on that. Like, I don't know. Can I like scare kids straight or something? It just seems fun. It's like a captive audience. I'll get to try my Gen Z humor. Like, man, they're so sus. I don't know what kids say. I think they say sus. I did see this thing though. So you know how some people spell women without the E. They put like a Y or an X. And a few different do that just to take N out of it, and that's cool. However, I saw in this coffee mixture it said add your favorite milk, and it was spelled MYLK because it didn't want to offend non-dairy based milk. Like, that was the softest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That's a 10-year like hippie professor. Like, it was caring too much upon my behalf, I think. I don't know. But, like, it's weird. So we're like super into quarantine, and Wags and I have now found that we kind of like live in shifts. Like, he's super early, and then I'll wake up and we'll eat, and he's like, time for day nap, and then he'll go and so I have the bedroom to myself for a while. It just continues like that. But it's good when you have one bathroom because one awesome. Awesome. Share a bathroom. But we thanks for asking. We still do have sex, and it happens. And how I can tell it's gonna happen because he's a mood man. He's a mood man. So he brushes his teeth, and I'm like, okay. Then he turns on Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, dang.
On Hootie and the Blowfish.
Ooh. Oh, dang.
I know that it's game time, baby. Ooh, I'm about to see some jockeys.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. It's like a mood man is a guy that like cares, like lights candles, turns on music. Like, I don't know, my generation, it's just like, I'll just at least close the blinds. Do something. Just one little thing. I don't know. I think I can probably chalk the reason why I just kind of am the way I am today is because my mother edited the movie Grease and showed it to me. Like, she edited it and showed it to me when she was 5, but she took all the naughty things out of it. He's like the Mormon church, but for musicals. Like, what is I don't know, like what's wrong with Grease? Apparently a lot's wrong with Grease. I don't know. So it's the beginning of the year. People are worried about like fitness stuff. I don't know. I used to be a yoga fitness instructor, which is crazy because I would never tell anyone what to do with their bodies. And that's like what you're paid to do. Like, you're paid to tell people to do things. Well, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. It's like, And also, too, I don't think I'm taken seriously as a fitness instructor because, like, it looks like I can do yoga, but also that eating a Chipotle burrito in one sitting isn't, like, hard to do. It's balance. It really, but it just cracks me up like group exercise. You can just exercise by yourself, but group exercises, you need someone hotter than you yelling at you about your form.
Yeah.
You know, or to tell you that you're doing a good job. They're like, "Oh, good job, Rebecca." I'm like, "Shut up! Like, don't tell me super good." I don't know. I'll say these two things about ads, and I'll get out of here. Okay, so I saw this targeted Facebook ad, and for this necklace, and it's called the boyfriend necklace. And I clicked on it. I was like, "Why is it called the boyfriend necklace?" It's this necklace that sits right at the top of the cleavage and just has an eye. That's like your boyfriend. Just like one, just like eye of siren, like don't look at the titties.
I love it. That's hysterical.
Timmy. And then I saw this other ad, and I had to quote this. Okay, this is for makeup. It goes, "A goof-proof, good for skin contour stick that gives off a perfect day on the yacht flush without the guilt of sun." Okay, who? Do any of you guys have a yacht flush? No? Okay. It just happens to other people.
Oh.
I don't know. That's me. That'll do it for me. I'm Rebecca.
Folks, give it up for 5 new minutes from Rebecca Wilson, one of our comic in residence. This is week 6 of 8. Outstanding. I actually originally it's not. I hear it's not easy to write 5 new minutes of material.
No, it's not.
And so how do the people that are comic in residences like yourself, Rebecca, do it so fucking well? It's outstanding. One more time for Rebecca Wilson, our first comic in residence of the night. Woo! Woot! Woot! We're gonna keep this going with our next performer. You might know him as Dank Mofo. He's also doing 5 new minutes of material. Everybody, clap your hands for Patrick Ryan Bauer.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was next. I thought there was something else. It's okay. I've got material. You think I don't?
It's pretty defensive, Bauer.
So, I think we've all heard about what happened last Wednesday, and I just want to say how disappointed I am. And beyond disappointed. I'm fucking furious. All right? I'm fucking pissed, man. I'm fucking pissed to find out that Kevin Greason died of a regular-ass heart attack, and it was not cardiac arrest as a result of him accidentally tasing his own balls. Thought we had one there, you know? That's according to his wife, who wasn't there, and probably has no reason to lie to make his incredibly stupid death seem slightly less stupid. Now, I wouldn't normally sweat down a widow, okay? But seeing as how her and her family were perfectly fine with indulging insane and unfounded conspiracy theories, I'm going to go ahead and believe that he did tase his own balls. Until I see an autopsy photo that reveals a clean nutsack. We should all demand nutsack photos from her. Find the home address, send her a fucking letter. Don't do it on the internet. That is cyberbullying. Thankfully, his was not the only awesomely hilarious death from Wednesday's attack by on our Capitol by Sergeant Fuckboy and his drooling commandos. A woman carrying a Gadsden flag was, and I shit you not, trampled to death. Can you imagine carrying a flag that literally says, "Don't tread on me"? Having a mob of motherfuckers that can't even read accidentally do a fucking brain dance all over you. It's too fucking funny. I can't even make that up. This shouldn't even count as material. I really hope that like when they have her sad funeral, that they drape the flag on the coffin so you can see the footprints on it. Raise your hand if you thought I wasn't going to talk about this. They beat a cop to death with a fire extinguisher. But it kind of felt like watching the Yankees beat the Yankees in order to advance the Yankees to the next round of the playoff. And they're like, and I lost even though I had money on the Yankees. I mean, you got to be a pretty big piece of shit for me to watch you mix it up with the cops, and I just kind of don't care who comes out on top. I was hoping for like a Reservoir Dogs style ending to everything. Just me. Got quiet. Even for online, it got a little quiet there. Well, no, I don't tell if you saw a video of when it all kind of started. All these clowns were at the barricade, right? And they're kind of, and then the cops just kind of opened the barricade up, and then got on their knees and started sucking everyone off. They just like pulled the pants off of all the fucking mob. They just shoved that dick down their throat. They were deep throating. They were cradling balls. I saw one cop getting spit roasted and giving a big thumbs up. He's like, yeah. If there's a fucking sex act that requires a submissive, they fucking participate in it. And which is why I'm certain that cop's death was an accident. I'm pretty sure that he just thought that the fire extinguisher was a big red gleaming dong. I was going to write a joke about the cop that killed himself. I just don't know enough about it, but I'm sure it's funny. I know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that think this is a little too far. They're like, this is actual human life that got lost. And it is true that normally my humor involves fictional death, usually my own. And that, making fun of this real life death, it isn't funny. But to those people, I just, I want to say, fuck you. Straight up from the bottom of my heart. Fuck these people. I wish they all would have died. They're assholes. They don't deserve your sympathy, your empathy, or any of that shit. They went there because they don't know how elections work, and they had zip ties and guns, and they were just going to fucking kill anyone. And they only managed to mostly kill themselves and the cop. It's like, well, that's as good as we're going to get out of this one, I suppose.
Yeah.
From the trophy room in the West Wing of Bauer Estates in beautiful South Minneapolis, Patrick Ryan Bauer, one of your comic in residences. 5 new minutes. I like how you're editing your screen.
I got my notes propped up against the monitor.
It's real.
You want a touch screen so badly, but you don't have one. But Patrick Ryan Bauer, comic in residence. Yes. Thank you, P-Bow. Coming up next, we got a video to show you. It is the Bitter Baker Cash Pour COVID Clusters. So get your notepad, your dream journal, and your sparkle pen so you can jot down this recipe. Please enjoy Tiff Norton's The Bitter Baker.
Right away. I'm right down the boobs.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to The Bitter Baker. I got fired, or as they put it, I was terminated. I thought was kind of funny. I immediately thought of the 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, so I responded, "I'll be back." And they didn't think that that was a joke at all. They thought it was a threat. Anyway, I'm going to be doing some more budget kind of recipes for you. This is a very inexpensive one that I think you're going to enjoy. I'm calling these my cash poor COVID clusters. I think you're going to enjoy this recipe a lot. I know I enjoyed preparing it for you, and it's really cheap, actually. Let me break it down for you. I looked this up. Now today I went and bought 1/2 cup of pecans. I got this on sale at Cub Foods for $1.15. The chocolate's gonna cost you a little bit of money. This was $5.35. And then I got this triple pack of potato chips, and they broke down to $3.50 per bag. So total cost $10. You're gonna get 36 of these clusters out of that $10. So it gives you an overall cost of 27 cents a piece. So when you're making this recipe, you can use whatever you have around the house. Like I said, I did pick this stuff up today. I'm using Old Dutch original potato chips, just the regular ones. The original recipe does call for ridge chips, which I've always just called ribbed because it's funny and it reminds me of condoms. You can also use Fritos, which are pretty exciting. And if you really want to go nuts, you could maybe try some Doritos or something like that. I think the possibilities are endless. Okay, the first step in our recipe is we need to prepare our potato chips. The potato chips, the size they are, too big. We just want like the crushed up potato chips. This is also great when you have a bag of potato chips that got smashed by your kids or your dog or your husband's fat ass. I don't know. What we're gonna do is open this up. Okay. Let some of the air out. And we will crush them. Crush them like my dreams. We need about 2 cups of potato chips, halved pecans, and we're gonna mix in our melted white chocolate. Once that's combined properly, we're gonna spoon that into our little tin cups that have been lined. And look, kids, we're done. It's just that simple. Easiest recipe I've ever presented to you on The Bitter Baker. So have a great week.
Tiff, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. I told you.
But usually episodes are like 3 minutes long. This is going to be like 45 seconds tops.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I don't know, add something to like you have so many ingredients. Just find something.
Fine. God. Fine, I'll put sprinkles on it, okay?
Mm-hmm. There you go, yeah.
This is what got me in trouble at my work last time. I will not be micromanaged, Brandon. All right, here you go. Here's your happy, happy, joy, joy sprinkles.
Great.
We're done. Sprinkles are cheap.
Yay.
Oh, the Bitter Baker, folks. Bitter Baker, Tiffany Norton. Be sure to follow her on YouTube, subscribe to her channel, and follow her on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll get notified of all the deliciously decadent recipes and episodes. Toby Shamu, welcome back to the Monday Night Comedy Show. It's good to see you. What is your poster in the background?
That is One Punch Man.
Ah, excellent. And that there's like a stainless steel plate. Is that where you put your magnetic poetry? What is that?
No, this is a mirror.
Oh, it's a mirror. Oh my God! Look at that. We're upping the effects budget of the Monday Night Comedy Show.
Wow, whose hand is this?
God, it looks like a steel plate, but no, it's really a mirror. My God, this is ILM level shit. So, Toby, are you ready to go? Do you need to harness your chi or anything? You are the next performer in the cavalcade of stars.
I see. If it's my time, it's my time.
It's your time, and you're gonna enjoy it. Everybody, clap for Toby Shamu!
What's up, everybody? First off, I do want to say I really hope I can come back in studio sometime. I can't wait for it. Been cooped up in my house way too long, so
We'll have you back.
as soon as you're back, let me know. I'd love to pull up. Oh, jumping into things, guys. I don't think I deserve nice things. Just for example, I got hit by a cop car the other day, and it was completely like an accident. He actually got out and said sorry, which I was very surprised about. But the thing I did was I should have lied. I mean, like, he hit my car, and then I had to pull over. And it turns out when the cop hits you, they have to call more police to figure things out.
Oh.
So I was getting a little antsy, you know. And we're talking about the damage and whatnot, and he's like, "Hey, you know, I think we could not, you know, get insurance involved and just kind of like call it a wash, and like we could pay you directly." And I was like, "Well, no, I'd feel more comfortable going through insurance." Little did I know, I would have got a lot more money from him personally. So, if we get hit by a cop, extort them, okay?
Yes.
I'm on board with that.
Yes. Speaking of, you know, police, I thought it was really obviously jarring to see the last week's news of the insurrection, people storming the Capitol. For me personally, though, it just reminds me that, like, I think we really should have had Stone Cold Steve Austin run instead of Joe Biden. For these people specifically, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about high. Like, think of the people that believe in wrestling but not in racism. That's exactly who we're focusing on here. Imagine if Stone Cold Steve Austin was at the doors of the Capitol, Stone Cold Steve Austining people, giving them the stun. There's no way they would have gotten this building. Okay, he's my favorite of the allies by far because he's Stone Cold fucking Steve Austin. The man's a legend, honestly, and he can speak these people's language. Is what I'm saying. You really meet them at home and have them understand why what they're doing is fucked up. You know, just imagine like the rallies. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, he has a great motto because Stone Cold said so. It's too perfect. You know what I mean? Trump. All these people would have been on his side. Can you imagine the rallies though? Like, you know, they're sitting there, he's giving a powerful speech, people are loving it so much, and at the end he has his talking points, and he's like, "Guys, we're not gonna let you storm this Capitol." And they're like, "Why?" Because Stone Cold said so. We're also legalizing marijuana. Why? Because Stone Cold said so. Okay, this is just the way things go now, and if it's just all straight in line, it'd be amazing. And lastly, you know, you gotta stop fucking your cousins. Why? It's just the right thing to do, guys. It really is. It really is. This is also like reminded me that I think, like, you know, Black people should be able to protest things too. I mean, obviously people had reasons for going out to the Capitals and doing things like that, but you didn't see a lot of Black people out there. We're always fighting for like injustice or, you know, some basic shit. I want us to be able to protest useless things. Like, you know, we're in a pandemic. Like, you can, I don't know if you can hear this. Sounds like sandpaper because my hands are very ashy. Okay, we have to wash our hands a lot. There's a lot of hand sanitizer. I think we Blacks deserve free lotion during the pandemic. This is the best way to keep us all happy. So I'm starting my protest pretty soon here. I have here one Black Lives Matter sign. Not anymore. I'm crossing out all of this, and it's just going to say free cocoa butter, okay? Going to the Capitol. I'm going to get my fellow Blacks with me. Going to have a grand old time. Let's see here. One thing I noticed during the lockdown here that really touched me was chat roulette is back. I don't know if you guys know about chat roulette, but it's an anonymous chat app where you can video chat with people from across the world, across the country mostly, and it's anonymous. So as you imagine, people are doing very weird things on here because it's anonymous. You can be whoever you want to be, and I go on there for fun sometimes just to see how people are doing. And the funniest thing I saw was it was this guy jacking off, and that's not why it was funny. It was funny because he looked about 10 years older than I do, and I look like I'm 18. So, like, he looked like he was 12, and he was jacking off in his bathroom, trying to get some random girl across the country to watch, which is really sickening. So I decided to fuck with him, and I was like, "Mom!" I just love the look on his face where he's like, Like looking around, trying to put his dick away. It's like, no, don't hide your shame now. Let her walk in and see what you're doing. You know what? These could be your cousins or your sisters that you're jacking off in front of. You need to learn your lessons, sir. Let's see what else we got here. So I have been told in the past that like I have a really smooth voice. That I talk very smooth. It's very calm manner. So someone told me I should do ASMR. So I've been trying to write like what my ASMR videos would be like, and I think I would do voiceovers of like National Geographic videos. You know what I mean? Like you know, I'd just be talking about some elephants in the wild, and you know, there's the mother elephant and the young child. They're walking across the plains, eating. Oh, the mother has shit on the child.
Yeah, I'm into this SMR.
Try not to laugh at my own jokes. I'm working on it. Let's do one more. I'll get out of here. Let's see. Okay, we'll do this one. Just one last story about, you know, the lovely police. Just because I have a lot of interactions with them, and sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. This time in particular, I almost did something very stupid. Like I said, I don't think I deserve nice things, or I like to like harm myself for some reason. So one day I was with another comic. We're leaving a show, driving home, and you know, we like to roll up a little Parvy favor, a little devil's lettuce, if you know what I mean. We're enjoying ourselves. We're driving. He makes a joke. I swerve a little bit, and I didn't think anyone was behind me. We finished smoking. I actually throw it out the window, and then I get pulled over. And it was a state trooper. And like, you know, obviously police are police. I respect them for doing what they have to do, but state troopers I really don't like, because they do this thing where they pull you over and then they just wait. You're in the car, let you do all those mental gymnastics, you know. Like, I actually had drugs, so obviously I had things to hide, but like, you know, what if I didn't? I have to sit here and second guess myself for 20 minutes? It's fucked up, is all I'm saying. And then, so a couple minutes goes by, he walks up to my car and he's like, oh, you guys doing all right tonight? I saw you swerve back there. I just want to make sure, you know, nobody's been drinking or anything. And I'm like, oh no, we're fine. We're just coming back from a club. And then like he leans in the door a little bit and he's like, you know, it kind of smells like beer in here. And me and my friend stop and we're like, don't you mean, wait, that's not what I meant to say. Okay, it smells like beer in here. Yeah, he's been drinking. We had to roll with it because it literally smelled like marijuana in this car. I almost corrected the police officer. Is this your first day on the job? How in the world do you think it smells like beer in here? Long story short, I get out the car. I have to do the whole sobriety test situation. And we kind of get to the end. And I start telling him, you know, I'm starting to make some jokes and whatnot. And he was like, oh, so what do you do? And I was like, you know, we're comics. We just left the show. And he's like, okay, tell me a joke. And I was like, if it's good, are you going to let me off? And he was like, maybe. And told him I was working on this new joke about how all officers have really, really weird last names. And it may be part of like a bullying thing from childhood or something. Probably not the best joke to tell him, but he starts laughing. And I was like, okay, sir, well, what's your last name? And he looks me dead in my eye and he tells me his last name is Appersnatch.
Oh, dang.
Oh, my God.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
So there you go.
Oh, dang. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There it is.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. That's so good. We got a couple of people have been commenting all night, but my favorite, I think, is this is very telling from Kat Morgan, one of the Nano Taco staff. Hang on. That's not hang on. This is it. It was the poop. It was the poop emoji. Somebody commented and it bounced up. That I can't explain myself. That sounds stupid. Anyway, yes, Tony, can't wait to have you back in the studio. Misspelled Kobe. And Officer, is that how you spell it? Apper?
That is exactly how you spell it. Oh my God, you got it on the first try.
That's awesome.
That's really great.
Oh yeah.
Very good. I do want to shout out to Kruger, who also says, yes, we do want you back in the studio, Toby. Absolutely. And so the tentative plan is next week. It's just going to be, excuse me. I'm sorry if you could not hear me well, but the tentative plan is next week. It's going to be Jason and May and myself, as well as Mercy Victor and Kat Morgan in the studio. And then going on from there, we'll discuss how many people we can actually bring back as performers in studio. So Nick Piontek finally got home. Hi, Nick.
Hello.
How are you?
Sorry for my tardiness.
That's okay.
I did catch Toby's set, and Toby's one of my favorite comics of all, forever because I love him. But I actually got pulled over on my way back from a show a long time ago, and if it's not a state trooper and you tell them you're a comedian and they ask you to tell a joke, so again, not to a state trooper, but any other cop, and they tell you to tell a joke, just look at them dead in their eyes and go, state trooper hats are stupid. And they will laugh every time. Because city cops don't like state troopers. They don't. Like city cops, like all the other cops don't like state troopers or their dumb hats. So from a dude who's been pulled over 1,000 times and always has drugs in his car, wink, wink. It's a joke for anybody, police officers watching or whatever, but if you get pulled over and you say I'm a comedian, they tell you to tell them a joke, just say state trooper hats are stupid and look them and they will laugh, trust me, and they'll let you out.
Oh yeah.
I promise. It was a Nick Piontek guarantee, but thank you. Thank you.
Nick,
I was late.
Nick Piontek guarantee. It's like you're selling a ShamWow or something. Thank you. Thank you, Nick.
If you remember my comic in residence, I told you guys how to steal a cop car, either my first or second one. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, I remember the trouble I got in when I was trying to emulate what you were saying on stage. And and I remember the night in lockup. And
there's a secret pedal in the top left with your left foot. Just saying. Just saying. Maybe you have to help a cop. Maybe you have to do something. Maybe it's the end of the world. I don't know, but cop cars have secret things on them. And I told you, go back to the second comic in residence, and I told you how to do it. So, viva la resistance.
Well, that...
Helpful.
Anything I was planning to say for your next comic was instantly derailed. I have no idea what to say. Nick, does that mean you'll pay for my ticket if the joke doesn't work? That's a very good question.
If that joke does not work, I will bail you out. If you do it good enough, you have to maintain eye contact. You have to sell the joke and literally go, state trooper hats are stupid.
Nick, this is a recorded show.
They take a lot of pride in their stupid hats. And they are stupid. Why do one group of cops get stupid cowboy hats and nobody else does? That's ridiculous.
I don't know. We got David Mutter. When I was on tour, we would keep Christian literature on the dashboard. Also on his tracks, when we got pulled over, we told them we were a Christian rock band. Worked every time. That is a genius move because Christian rock is the worst rock ever. And it's punishment enough. No matter what the cop does to you, it's no comparison to actually having to play Christian rock. And they also they used an old church van for Levi's old band. Levi Mary watching, thank you so much. Abby has a question for you, Nick. Are you part of the My Pillow scam?
What's the My Pillow scam? I don't even know.
It's the you're familiar with the My Pillow guy?
Yeah, I know who that is. I don't know what the scam is.
I don't know. Abby, tell us about the scam in the comments. But while you're typing that, we're going to go to our correspondent in Long Island, New York, Cece Hexa. Patiently waiting. Cece, welcome back. We're so happy to have you.
Dear.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Long Island, and as of actually today, it is my 1-year anniversary after I was living in Germany. I lived in Germany for years. So I've been thinking a lot about my time in Germany, and as much objectively better as it is than here, there are a couple of things like I fucking missed English. There are not that many things that I missed. I missed the food, you know. I missed the kind of food like smothered chicken and cornbread, like the kind of food you know you're gonna die in a coal mine, you know, like good real American food. But I also missed English, you know, just the English language. There was a time in Germany when all you had to do to fuck me was be a native English speaker. I would go out with guys, German guys, and they would say something like, yes, I am speaking English since 10 years. And I said, stop it, you're hurting her. Yeah. The thing is, the funny thing about big international cities is they all want to cater to tourists, and tourists, English is the language of tourists. No matter where they're from, English is kind of the, I don't want to, I get stuck in these terrible positions where I want to say lingua franca because I don't want to talk down to you guys, but you guys don't know what lingua franca means. English is the language that people speak. I am not, a friend of mine, another comedian of mine is like, you know that persona you have on stage where you pretend you think you're smarter than everyone else? I'm like, yeah, the persona that I have on stage. So all of these big cities pretend they speak English. So for tourists. So for example, I forgot to start timing myself. I'm sorry, guys. I'll start right now. All the public transportation has its blah 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 in German, and then it says the translation in English, but the translations are always a little off. And the worst one is when you get to the end of the line on the train, it says blah 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 German, and then in English it says terminus, please alight. Unless you are currently studying for the SATs, you are not using the words terminus or alight. If they want people like me, you know, Americans, people from Long Island to understand what they're saying, you should just say the train is over. Train.
Train is over.
The thing that bothers me, and actually my mother says it all the time, is she always talks about how if it weren't for FDR and Winston Churchill, the whole world would be speaking German. And as someone who speaks German, I take offense to that. As if the whole problem with Nazis was that we didn't want to put the verb at the end of the sentence. Like, there were bigger deals. I did know a little German before I learned German. I think there is a German word that most people know, which is when you sneeze, you say Gesundheit. And I did know that, even though what I was raised with in my family was stop it. I really use, someone just went, oh, yeah. Here's a funny thing. I have a lot of jokes about my mom, and my dad recently got pissed at me because I don't have any jokes about him, which the logic of that is, anyway. So that's because my jokes about mom are fun and light, and my jokes about you would be dark and tragic. Anyway, so I mainly learned how to speak German using Duolingo. I don't know if you guys know Duolingo. It's a language learning app. It mainly asks you to read and write. It sometimes asks you to listen, and very rarely it asks you to speak. So I'm living in Germany, I'm living in Berlin, sitting out on my balcony, and I am trying to, I'm sorry, my mother is in the kitchen like making a nosh, and I'm like forgetting all of my jokes. So I'm sitting on my balcony, practicing on Duolingo, right? And so to me, it sounds like studying. And to the people on the ground, it sounds like someone has lost their mind, because I am screaming unprovoked into the night. Which animals lay eggs? Which animals lay eggs? A piece of shit, so it's not really hearing me. So I'm repeating it again and again until someone, I don't realize that I can be heard, until someone down on the street just shouts out, birds. I am pretty good at German. I'm getting pretty good at German. There is one word that I can't say with a straight face because, well, I'll tell you. It's a German word for thick, which is dick. And I am a juvenile, so I say that without laughing. You know, I was in the supermarket and I saw some bread, extra dick, and I thought, you know, I'm divorced and lonely. Who am I to turn down this bread? I am divorced. I talk about my divorce a lot on stage. I didn't get divorced so much as I got mic drop left, like peace out, suck my dick, except for don't, because she does that now. It's someone watching is so sad. It's okay. Okay, I'm sad too, but you know we gotta be the clowns anyway. So I did. I got divorced. I got dumped pretty fucking hard. My ex's name was Miles, and if you don't know, is, you know, not how normal people measure things. People only measure things in miles here. Normally, the world measures things in kilometers. So I had to move to a country where that was the case. I couldn't be around the word miles anymore. I got dumped so hard it made me metric.
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang. Yeah, but like I said, I did hook up with a lot of guys just because they spoke English. I'd be like, oh, God, baby, you put those prepositions in all the right places. What else do I want to tell you about? You know, I don't have that much time left. I'm going to switch topics. I did teach. I taught when I was, how much time do I have left? Well, whatever. We'll see. I won't keep you guys here forever. So now I don't live in Germany anymore. Now I live in Long Island. I'm living with my mother, who was fucking with me a minute ago over and what I've been doing is teaching a pod school, which is like for COVID, for families that can afford to hire a teacher and whatever. It's stupid. And I just gotta say that, like, children, small children, if any house pet was as unclean as a human child, it would only be legal in West Virginia. And so I got this job teaching these little kids, basically because in Germany I taught English to little kids. But that was just like, I would come in for an hour, like the random adult who sang Hokey Pokey, and now I'm teaching motherfuckers to read. And so these I'm teaching these two horrible kids, and the other day it's snack time, right? And instead of sitting in her seat, she's just like doing cartwheels, which, by the way, reveals that she's not wearing underwear, which I can't say anything because she's a child, right? This would be sexual harassment in any other context, but she's just flashing me. So she comes, and to make it worse, I should probably save, you comedians, tell me after. I think I should probably save the sexual harassment bit for later. I'm going to continue. You tell me what you think afterwards, all right? All right. So, I'm reading my notes now because this is a relatively recent event. So it's snack time, and she comes and she straddles me with no underwear on, right? And she starts, like, trying to feed me and, like, put her fingers in my mouth, and she's asking me to give her a kiss, and she has a jam all over her face. And I gotta say, like, what is it about children that even in the 21st century, they manage to be covered in soot? The rest of us live in the digital age, but they're sweeping Yorkshire chimneys for an absurd hygiene exists for this age group of like between 4 and 8. They just have just been frolicking in ashes. So this is when I probably should say the sexual harassment thing. I don't know how much time I have left. I'm probably out of time. So I'm just going to say that last joke needs to be restructured, but there's something in it, goddammit. Thank you for letting me work it out here.
CC Hexa! Long Island, New York! Everybody give it up for CC Hexa.
Woo!
Yay! We love it when you're able to join us, CC. And
Thank you.
We will
for having me.
Well, absolutely. I love the visual of jam on a kid's face, because I can just, like, my kid always had fucking jam on his face, even when he didn't eat anything with jam in it. I don't know where he got it. Like a stockpile. It's weird. Kids are gross. Anyway, one more time for CC Hexa. Yay! Long Island represent.
Long Island.
Long Island. This is the 606 Monday Night Comedy Show. I want to remind you of that, only because we rely solely on word of mouth advertising. So if you are having a good time watching this show, why not do the good thing to do and spread the word about the Monday Night Comedy Show on at Nano Taco Studios in North Minneapolis. Once again, we're headed back to the studio soon. It's going to be wonderful. I'll be able to go to Kat Morgan and Mercy Victor and go like this, you know.
You're gonna touch it?
Within 6 feet. I'm going to do that. It's just going to look closer than it is now. This is some of our ILM.
If you try to touch me, then you're not coming back to my studio.
No, we're not. I will threaten to touch you by, going like, I'm not touching you. I'm not to see that kind of stuff. Yeah. We should be doing this. This is like 90s Comedy Central promo videos right here. Anyway. All right.
In my studio.
We have a bunch of comments just popped on the thing here. 60 shows to go, says Mercy, our favorite troll. Because the 666 show is, of course, the show of the Beast. And I'm sure J Money the motherfucking hot caca says, I wonder if Receptacle could do the 666 show. I guarantee you they can, and I guarantee you also that we will have Receptacle back on several times between now and then, Mr. Kruger. Because I can't get it up. Receptacle is my favorite local band. Not because they give me merch, which they should. They should have merch and give it to me because I like merch. But it's my favorite band ever. We miss you, J Money the motherfucking Hawk, and can't wait to see you next week at Nano Taco Studios, where we can, pretend to hug and sing From a Distance by Bette Midler, which is what we do. We do anyway. That's our official backstage Monday Night Comedy Show song.
We always do it. You're telling your secrets, and we always sing that song before we go on air.
It's just a tradition that we've done for the last 13 years, and we're all about traditions here at the Monday Night Comedy Show.
All 13 years that we've been live streaming.
Yes, exactly. Since we invented the internet 13 years ago. Speaking of inventing the internet, let's bring our friend from the city of Zimmerman, the county of Zimmerman, in the kingdom of Zimmerman, Minnesota, Nick Piontek.
Hello, everyone.
Comic in residence.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, they let me know that dinner was done. I live with a family now instead of being a bachelor. And so I'm sorry for my tardiness too. Real quick, Cece said that she got a little freaky in Germany. I would just like to say that if I were in Germany, I'd fuck all the German dudes because I'm Polish, and that's for World War II, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would. I'd be like, that's for Poland. And I'm not gay, but I'm going to be gay right now just because it would piss Hitler off. You know what I mean? Like, and I'd be good at gay just while in Germany. I'd be super bear. I think with my beard, I'd be a bear. But then also, I do want to mention real quickly on my comic in residence, I have a queen bedroom set that I will give away to anyone who wants it. Message me, the person who wanted it. All you got to do is go there and pick it up. I'm not helping you. It's a beautiful bedroom set. Message me, and then I'll move on. What the fuck did that say? Oh, so I moved. So all right, we gotta address the last week, and I'm sorry. You know what's funny is if you guys have actually seen my whole thing here, the comic in residence. A couple weeks ago, I talked about how one of the things I actually love this town. The people here are absolutely amazing, and I've had nothing but good experiences. Everyone's wearing their masks. They're being really good in this town. That's not too far away from the city, but one other thing that pisses me off is on my way to my house, I pass up a dude with a Confederate flag in his front yard. And if you saw my comic in residence, I want to steal it. Literally every day, I want to steal it. And I gave you guys some historical facts that actually the lake in this town was named after a Union general who loved to kill Confederates. So how funny is that? But now a bunch of fat white people stormed the Capitol. Not even athletic black people, but some fat, out of shape. One guy died from a heart attack from just being there. Like he died from being so fucking fat and out of shape that he just died because he should have never been there in the first place. And my first thought of this, now, number one, I hope all of you saw the live news feed, because when they're actually climbing up the wall, I was laughing my ass off. Because for the last 3 years, I've wondered why Republicans think a wall would block anyone in Mexico. And then I realized that all these people are fat, out of shape pieces of shit that can't climb a wall. And it made it hilarious to me. I'm like, in their minds, a wall would stop them, but probably not me in the right circumstances, even though I'm pretty cool right now too. I've really enjoyed, and I'm gonna, this might piss some of you off, but I've really enjoyed watching, obviously the people on the right all of a sudden lose their Blue Lives Matter fucking bullshit. And I've also really enjoyed all my friends who just like 6 months ago who were saying ACAB are like posting shit about how the cops died. And what we need to do is we need to really, really get about what we are as people. And I remember seeing the Republican shaman, who was the guy with the hat. And so I think from now on, I'm going to be the liberal shaman. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get like a Hello Kitty hat. And I'm just going to go around hoping for cheap healthcare and college education. And hope I will not look as crazy as that batshit dude with the bobcat hat. And I think I can get us some healthcare and education. I think I can Bernie Sanders this. So I am now referred to as the liberal shaman. I should have changed my name on this, but I'm going to do that. The other, and I don't know if I touched on this the last time, I'm sorry, but my other favorite thing is if you actually watch this live stream, what happened is the people actually, as they were storming the Capitol, like I was on a couple different news sites, and the comments were a bunch of Trumpers saying we're taking it over. They were like on the comment thread, literally saying, good for these people, good for these people. Then they said it was Antifa dressed up as conservatives, which is ridiculous. And then they said that now they've just been quiet. And my favorite part about this is if you think the South is going to rise again, or if you think that you are going to rise up against America, I would, and I don't want to get us banned from Facebook right now, but I would encourage that for comedic value, because apparently you don't know that the United States government spends $700 billion a year on military. And there's nothing I would love more than a bunch of good old boys with barely GEDs, shotguns, and AR-15s get wiped out with some fucking drones, and then we have healthcare. I mean, I would die. I would die from laughter. Just like we're gonna take the country, and they're like, and like with our F-16s that don't even get used. Fucking, I would love to watch the military just wipe these people off the face of the planet. I'm sorry, that got a little too political, if anything, but whatever, it's my comic in residence. The toughest part about me living in the city, I lived in the city for 18 years. I am North Minneapolis. I am North Minneapolis till I die. And I love the city. I miss it. I miss the buzz. I miss the noise. But I'm adjusting, but my dogs are not adjusting. My dogs are so used to barking at shit and being protective of everything. They're used to barking at crackheads, like going through my garbage can. So my dogs just go into the backyard here now, and they bark at an empty field. It's like 30 acres behind, that's not my property, but behind our house. And they bark at nothing. And they do it together, and they look in their eyes of dogs. They're like, do you remember when we got to chase stuff? When we got to like chase crackheads? And my dog's like, I'm like, you have all this land, you can be happy. This is a dog's paradise. And they're like, just give us one dude to chase down. We just miss our purpose in life. It's like that's what they do, and it's really creepy because the first person to come down my long driveway is going to get chased down by some giant dogs who are thirsty, for a lack of a better term, for some, you know what I mean? Seal like put us back in the shit. We don't like it out here at home. The kids, we be in the alley of 41st and Queen. So I love you guys. Our country almost got stormed. Yes, of a world. People are bitching about 2020. I watched like 5 hours of it. Literally. People are already complaining about 2020, and I'm honestly, I'm like, 2021 starting off kind of badass. There's going to be more Trump. These Trumpers are quiet. There's hopefully this COVID is kneeling down. We can at least go out, be respectful. I'm really looking forward to 2021. I really honestly think we'll see like a giant genocide of Proud Boys. And by the end of it, healthcare for all and education. So, I'm all for that.
Nice.
I miss you guys.
Comic in Residence, week 6 of 8. Oh, wait, 7 of 8. 7 of 8. Nick Piontek. All new material. We had 3 comic in residences. Let's give all of them a round of applause. Of course, Nick Piontek, Patrick Ryan Bauer, and Rebecca Wilson.
We heard about the old school rules where next week I do all my other jokes. Because they got kind of militant. I mean, I talked about killing white kids at the beginning here. So
next week you get to do like a longer set of like all your polished stuff that you got. So hopefully this round of comic in residence got you some new material that you like enjoy and will repeat to others. So
stealing Confederate flags, handing out Skittles and iced tea to white kids across the street from my house, and calling the police on them. No, I covered a lot of angry shit, even though I'm not.
That could just be your new comedy bit, is just reporting, calling the cops on the audience, getting them arrested. What?
Oh, exactly. I love you guys. I'm sorry, Louis barking. He smells Philly cheesesteaks upstairs. Miss you guys. Miss you, Toby. Miss you, Andy. Miss you, Kat. Sissy, you're amazing. Miss you, St. May. Love you guys.
All right. Bye, Nick. Bye, Nick.
Bye. Love you.
All right. Well, folks, I think this might be the shortest Monday Night Comedy show that we have ever had in the history of the show. But that means you get to go watch the latest episode of The Good Wife, or ER is on. And you can watch episodes of The West Wing as well. So get caught up on all your shows. We want to thank everybody, the performers, especially the guys who are still with us. Toby Shamoon, one more time. One more time. Keep that applause going for Cece Hexa. And, of course, our friends at Nanotaco, Mercy Victor and Kat Morgan. Hello. We love you. And our darling St. May, we I'm so happy. And next week, I'm looking forward to seeing you in person, as well as J Money the motherfucking Hawk, who's been trolling us on comments all night long. And Cece, while we still have you, I just want to check Kruger's German here, and I don't know if you saw this or not. I won't even pretend to say it. How thick is your snake?
How thick is your? He wants to know how big my dick is.
Is that accurate? I don't know how else to ask that question. Is that good German, or could you?
Dich instead of dick.
Mm-hmm.
But he said how you is your. What he said is how yours is your dick, when he should have said how thick is your dick.
So how yours is your dick? Is that penis even yours?
It's not.
Love it, Kruger. Thank you. And thank you, Cece, for knowing what he meant. How yours is yours dick. That's great. I love it. I want to thank everybody at Nano Taco Studios, Kat, V, Shane, Whitney, Carly, Jeff, and everybody at the Monday. St. May, thank you for being here. J Money the Motherfucking Hawk, Ronnie, and then, of course, Kat and V. We love you. And
We love you too.
Next week, we have another show, if you believe it. 607 Monday Night Comedy shows. Next week, January the 18th at 8 p.m. Central. So make sure you like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I don't know, don't commit treason. That's your tip for the week. Don't commit treason. Because you're just gonna look fat doing it. All right, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching the Monday Night Comedy Show. I've been Andrew Brindleson. Go out and wash your hands for 25 seconds. All right, bye.
Bye.
Citizens of the planet, the Monday Night Comedy Show is the longest-running comedy showcase in the Twin Cities. Our choices have sometimes been questionable.
This goes out to all those people who didn't believe in me when I was just starting out. Now I'm going viral.
We were once called the weirdest show in town, and over the years, we lost some of that. We're happy to announce that bringing the weird back to the MNCS is an item on our to-do list. We ask that you take a chance and watch us each week at 8 p.m. Central. We're not only going to bring you a safe and fun way to see performers from all over the metro area, but all over the country and the world. We are the Monday Night Comedy Show. We've been doing this for over 13 years, so we almost sort of have an idea of how this works. Stay awesome, and see you Monday.
Thanks for watching.